Hey, Damian Mason coming at you with a series of questions about renewable energy. What really qualifies? Why is there such hypocrisy amongst the acceptance of certain renewable energies and not others? And most importantly, who ultimately pays for this? Seems to me that's the big question. Why am I bringing this up? Because just this week, got the headline that Amazon is going to build a solar farm in Huntington County, Indiana, where I'm from, where I own a farm, where I was raised, an agricultural community, some of the best farmland in the United States of America. Best part also, we get about 40 inches of annual precipitation, which means we don't need to use that precious water resource or use any fossil fuels to extract it from the ground. So in other words, a place like Huntington, Indiana, got pretty good dirt, got good precipitation, good for growing crops. Oh, it's not the best in the world, but it's pretty darn good. So why would we blanket those acres of productive farmland with solar panels? You know, nasty plastic, heavy metal laden, manufactured in China solar panels. Well, gosh, there must be an economic reason because Amazon, after all, besides taking over the entire retail space, wants to take over a lot more of your life. And they're going to now do so with their whole greenwashing, saying that we are going to put all of these solar projects in play and get our energy from that. Now, I have no problem with Amazon being successful. I have no problem with Amazon getting their energy derived from some sort of source that they choose. Why not put the solar panels on your warehouses? Well, they're doing that. But why then are we going to blanket over America's most productive farmland with solar panels, especially at a time right now, as I'm recording this, April of 2022, when our grain stock inventory is as thin as it's ever been. Food price pressure is tremendous right now. The groceries are up about 14 to 18%, depending on which category. Some meats in the 20 to 30% up. Gas prices are extremely up. There's a lot of pressure on the consumer. Imagine what taking acres out of agricultural production will do for food prices. And more importantly, since it's supposed to be replacing fossil fuels, why are we doing this when we have hundreds of years worth of coal, hundreds of years worth of oil, and hundreds of years worth of natural gas at a time when food is under such pressure? In fact, there will be food shortages in several parts of the world this year, given the Ukraine-Russia fertilizer and supply chain issues. Seems a little bass-ackwards, as we used to say. So, my problem with this, of course, is it's ill-advised. Secondly, there's a tremendous amount of hypocrisy about renewable fuel acceptance, renewable energy acceptance, I should say. Somehow it's okay to blanket over farm ground with solar panels because that's good for the environment. But if we take those farm acres, grow corn, which actually sequesters a tremendous amount of carbon, then run that corn through an ethanol plant to create renewable fuel, the environmental crowd comes undone. Recent piece in the Atlantic magazine was anti-ethanol. Recent study released by the National Wildlife Federation said that ethanol was worse for the environment than burning gasoline. So wait a minute. We're really against growing corn, which sequesters carbon on those acres, then putting it through an ethanol plant, then using that, but we're going to put plastic and metal solar panels all over the farmland, probably getting less carbon sequestration because not as much stuff's going to grow underneath the solar panel, and that's okay. So there you got it. There's a question, there's a hypocrisy, and let's also ask this question. I bought a house in Arizona because for about half the year, Huntington, Indiana doesn't get any sunshine. So why are we putting solar panels somewhere that only gets sun about half the year? Why not go to an area that doesn't have productive farmland and productive soils and build the solar panels there? Erect the solar farms there. So, seems a little ill-advised, doesn't it? So then it comes down to there must be an economic incentive because Jeffrey Bezos didn't become the most wealthy person on the planet, or second or third, depending on what the deal is with Elon Musk at any given time, by accident. Bezos is a rich guy. It must be an economic incentive. And of course, there is where all answers come about. Follow the money. Why would these solar developers be paying 4 times as much as a farmer would to rent a piece of land? That's right, 4 times market price to rent land to stick solar panels on there. Can you really get enough solar energy off of those acres in an area that doesn't even get sunshine? Likely not. However, if there's tax subsidies and tax incentives to go green, all of a sudden we've done that. Would the power companies prefer this? Well, the truth is power companies don't care. They are government-sanctioned monopolies that make their money on a guaranteed markup over what their costs are. They don't care if energy is derived from burning paper plates or solar panels. The point is they get a fixed amount of margin over whatever their cost is from wherever they buy their power. You understand where this is going? Follow the money. This whole Green New Deal, this whole green push is going to actually take farm ground out of productivity. If we did this for more ethanol, you would hear a bunch of people screaming. But we're doing it for solar panels, so of course it has to be good, because solar and wind are amazing. They're great for the environment. They don't kill the birds. They don't require a lot of manufacturing. We're not shipping those things all over the world and burning fossil fuels to do so because it feels good. It's green. And when I talk about green, again, follow the money. Why would it make sense to take productive farmland in America's heartland, where it doesn't even get sunshine for much of the year, and turn it into solar farms? It's not because it's the best use of our resources. It's not because it is good for our country, and it also will increase food instability if it is done en masse. Damian Mason coming at you. Not a big fan of what's happening in America's heartland, where we're taking productive farmland and putting it into solar panels. And by the way, you're saying, Damian, you know, you're a capitalist. Sure I am. If I owned the land and was offered 4 times what I might be able to rent it for farm ground, I would be hard tempted to not do so. And that is the problem.